starting now? It's recording?
It's been recording for the last 39 seconds.
Okay, start.
All right, everybody, welcome back to our podcast, the Specifically Random Podcast. Is that what it was called?
Yes, sir.
The Specifically Random Podcast.
TSRP.
I am Jonathan Longo.
And I'm Jair Monares.
A la madre. We're back. Jair finally showed up. Look, whatever Jair says in this story,
Don't start.
It's going to be a lie. I text that fool, and then that fool says that I don't text him back, and I'm waiting for his text.
Tina was on tour to fucking New York, Wall Street.
Yeah, I was everywhere, actually. Nah, I wasn't.
See, you were on tour, fucker. And then COVID part 2 and 3 hit.
And then 7.
And now we're on the, yeah.
See, like South Park is like, what was it? Like
The post-COVID.
Post-COVID, and then when COVID returns or something?
Post-COVID post or something.
Yeah.
The return of post-COVID or something like that.
Yeah, so much shit has happened since we last did a podcast.
I know. So much variants.
Yeah.
So much shit. I think the last time we did it was like
it was
back
just regular coronavirus, and then
yeah.
Delta came. We weren't around then.
Then Omicron now.
Yeah.
Deltacron.
Delta.
Florona.
Florona. Nah.
So that too was next.
Yeah. What you been up to?
The last time we did it was June. I think June or August or something.
Yeah, we were pretty consistent, dude. And then you just stopped showing.
You just fucking went on tour.
You started.
Now you're bringing out a special on Netflix now and shit.
I wish. Nah, dude. Nah. And I'm gonna start. We have a new little mechanism here. The A10 Mini.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna start recording.
Like we're gonna eventually start. We said that last time when we started this.
Well,
we did record, dude, but it was too much. Like we don't have enough time to like hit the buttons. This thing is gonna.
It was too much work to do.
Yeah. So.
We don't get paid enough.
Yeah, not yet.
And Tina got this device, but he needs to figure it out. Hasn't even opened it since fucking Christmas. I'm looking at it.
And we have three cameras.
Oh, okay.
We have at least 3 cameras.
Three cameras?
The GoPro could be like the extended.
Fuck.
It can be over there. And then
one for Jamie?
One for Jamie. Jamie, how you doing? Just kidding. We're gonna talk about specifically random stuff. I don't have any topics. I didn't think this was gonna happen. It hasn't happened in the last 6 months, so I didn't write down any topics. Although we can come up with something.
That's why it's a specifically random podcast.
I don't know. What is the topic?
Well, what have you been up to?
Oh, me? Just working. We went back to teaching in person since the last time.
How did that go?
Since the last time, yeah, I went back. We never did a podcast.
Yeah,
the kids found the podcast.
Fuck.
The kids found the podcast. One of the kids found the podcast, and he said, "I liked your podcast, Mr. Longo." I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good."
Did he hear the puto episode?
No, I don't know. I don't know which one he heard, but he must have heard one of them. I mean, he heard one of them.
Yeah.
And then they started showing all the kids at after school all stars. But then we stopped doing it, so. Whatever it is. Then I started recording them because they like doing like one of my advisory, my first period. My advisory and first period, they're the same. They basically they stay in the same classes now because of COVID or whatever.
Yeah.
And they love arguing, like arguments in class. So like
debates.
Yeah, like debates. Yeah, like they like debating, especially So I started recording them during nutrition, and I brought a microphone.
Yeah.
And we started debating things like this I don't know which ones we did a bunch of them. I haven't put them up because I don't have time. But
dude, you haven't even started your podcast.
I know, dude. It's a good idea. I have a good idea, dude. I don't know how many podcasts there are, dude, of these things, but it's a good idea.
There's a lot.
There's a lot, dude. But I just I wanna have a conversation with, like I told you last time, that like educators,
creators,
not creators, educators, like people who are coaches, professors, things like that.
Yeah.
Like what is their process to teach, to, they could be coaches, it could be anything,
Get Roy Baugh in here then. He's a life coach, insurance coach.
Yeah. But yeah, like what is their process to, to teach, to learn things and all that stuff.
The method.
But that never took off.
Fuck.
Because...
lack of funding.
Honestly, I'm just lazy, dude. I'm gonna be honest. I'm lazy.
God,
it's like,
damn it, Tina.
Well, that's
the problem with Americans. Dude.
I'd rather I don't know.
This is why COVID.
I'd rather
fucked
go to
us.
sleep.
We're lazy because Americans are lazy, dude.
But I have a good idea, dude. I feel like they would be good conversations. I love having I love having conversations after work with my colleagues and stuff about, you know, like, oh, well, what have you tried, things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what the hell we were talking about, but we got to this.
Well, just what have you done? That's one.
Oh yeah, and then we were doing with the kids at nutrition. We were doing like, I would come and would bring my camera, and I would record like 5-minute segments of like what, you know, Xbox or PlayStation, and they had a you know, tell me which one they liked, and then we did I don't know if one of them was like, we had so many because my advisor would tell me, oh, we should debate this, like tortas or tacos, you know, like
that's tight.
And we had like one conversation. I don't think we did it out loud, but like, does pineapple go on pizza? You know, all these like, oh, is a hot dog a sandwich, right? Like, we had this conversation.
Heard that.
Yeah, we had this conversation, dude, and I say it's a sandwich. It's a sandwich, dude. Like, a hamburger is a sandwich too.
Yeah,
it's a sandwich, dude.
But there's no opening on the bottom of the hot dog. So
yeah,
it's just
but
one side.
It's a sandwich, dude. Nah, because then so then what I said is like, well, if you chop up the sausage or the hot dog or whatever, you chop it up and then you put it in between two breads, right? Like 2 buns, for example.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. Is that a hot dog?
Yeah,
or
not.
It's a sandwich, right?
It does. The bread doesn't open completely.
Right.
It's not separate. It's one piece of bread. And
Yeah,
the sandwich is 2 pieces of bread.
Oh, okay. So like,
See?
so that
If you rip it, then it becomes a sandwich.
Okay, so no, but then the point that I made was like, when you go to Subway, they cut it, and they don't cut it all the way.
Yeah, so it's a sandwich.
No,
oh wait, it's a sub. A sub.
Is a sub is a sandwich? Dude.
I don't know. It's called a sub.
and then when you make a torta, normally sometimes you don't cut it all the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when you make a torta de carne asada, you leave it open so that you can.
Oh nah, you gotta cut it all the way.
Nah, dude. Nah. You know, that's so that like all these conversations.
Only the people like Latinx people do that.
Yeah. And like, then I have like these kids, dude, that want to debate like these things that are appropriate to debate like right now. Yeah. But like, not appropriate to debate in the, you know, like in the middle of school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this kid comes in and is like, let's debate the WNBA. Shit like that. Yeah, that's who wants to debate this stuff, and he just says random stuff like that.
Yeah, that's good. We should debate that shit. Hey, I came to accept we should debate even like.
Nah, don't say it. Nah, don't say it. I'm not gonna accept this. There's some things I would say there's a lot of stuff that should be debated. Almost everything. Yeah. But there's a minuscule amount of things that should not be debated. Yeah. You know, like, don't debate.
It'll be fun with friends. You know, no microphones.
Yeah. So we have all these conversations. I have to look up. I have them all on the camera still. Yeah. And then we just like debate and well, not debate. We know it's just like a question. Yeah. And then they have to pose, like, they have to, you know, explain why. Yeah. Some of them do it way better than others. But, you know, and then sometimes we would just ask, like, you know, what's your favorite food? Yeah. Things like that, you know. And I don't know. It's so
just little debates.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Well, the nutrition is like 20 minutes, but by the time we get down there and we set it up, it's like it's one of them. The longest one was like 12 minutes, and then a bunch of kids just walk around and they come. Then I get in trouble because we're not supposed to be that close to each other for COVID. But yeah, it's the kids enjoy it. Dude. They just like, especially my first period. Yeah, because we do a lot of debates in class. Like, when we are talking about like different topics, like the warm up question is a lot of times like a debate. So like, when we do a warm up question, we debate it. You know, and then they, like, some periods do it a lot better than others because, you know, they're really into it, or they, you know, they like to debate that kind of stuff.
That's good. What are they, like middle schoolers, no?
Yeah, they're 7th graders.
So they're like 12?
Yeah, and then like some
13?
Yeah, no,
so that's good.
11, 12, 13.
11, 12, 13. That's good that they're getting like, you know, like a feel for debating and just getting their ideas out there, that not everything's one, like, not everything, there's one side to like something. Yeah. There's always two.
So like, we debated. Yeah, like we debated. Like, one time I went down like this whole list. I don't know. We're learning about like something about like the contributions of like Rome to society or something like that. I don't know what it was. And it like a bunch of or the Byzantines, I think it was, or something. And you know, they like they kind of like, the Byzantines basically saved a lot of these books that would have been burnt if it wasn't for them, like poem books and and philosophy books and mathematic books and stuff like that. So like we started
the Byzantine came Empire. Right after the Roman Empire.
Yeah, right? Like it split in two, right, kind of thing. I don't know. The history is so complex that just simplify it for seventh graders. It split in two. One became the Holy Roman Empire, then the other side became the Byzantine Empire, and lived on whatever. So like the question is like, you know, why should we study the Byzantines, right? But then one of the documents they have to read, it talks about how they saved a bunch of these books. Like if it was basically the document is trying to say like if it wasn't for the Byzantines, we wouldn't have like these philosophy books, these math books, like they would have been burnt. You know, they would have been lost in time, or whatever. So before we got to that, you know, we debated on like I would put up like okay, like poetry. Should you learn poetry in school, right? And like in some classes, I let them pick. Like my class is divided in half, like they're facing each other like that. And in some classes, I let them pick. But in like the classes that get really into it, like I let them like one person on one side, one person on the other side play rock paper scissors, and they play rock paper scissors, and I say, like, you know, I'll be like, whoever wins gets to pick what side, right? Like what side you're gonna be. So like, oh, do you want to learn? Like, should you learn poetry in school, right? Like, should you learn how to write poems and learn what poems are and things like that? And then they'll play rock paper scissors, and then I say, okay, winner gets to decide. Like, are you gonna be you know, like, are you going to be the pro or are you going to be the con? You know, like, we should or we shouldn't. And they, in some classes, like, they get really good at, like, you know, they'll get upset, like, well, I wanted to be on their side. Well, you have to learn how to debate the other side, dude. Like, that's the part of debating. And some classes get really good at it, and then other classes, you know, like...
Well, that's what they used to do. It doesn't... Actually, in the, like, the last class I took in college, like, it was the 594 class, like, our thesis class. Yeah. It was a big-ass class, too, like, 40 students or something. So they would split. They would give us an aside, like an article or like a book or something, and then they'll split us in two. And then like if you agree with the author or if you're against his ideas, and they would split us, and we would have to argue with the other group. Yeah. So they would give us like 2 days, and then like get some points to debate, and then we just debate. Yeah. But most of the time, those debates would go to shit because people were just debating other shit.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Nobody was on the same page.
Right. Yeah. So no, you like it's not an actual debate, dude. One time I took at Citrus, dude. I took a debate class, and the professor was like, "You need to debate, dude. Like, you need to like." He was not messing around, dude. Yeah. Like, it was like a legitimate debate class, and it was 2-on-2, dude. And we had a debate. I don't know what it was, right? And I didn't understand. Like, you know, I was still like. Dude, when I was in college, I was 17 when I started college because I was a young, you know, in October I turned 18 of my first college year. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm barely like 19, dude. Like, dude, I don't understand what the fuck you're telling me to do, dude. You know what I mean? And it's like, we didn't really debate. I don't remember, other than in Mr. Yang's class, which we had a debate, like not debate, but we had to propose like we were learning about government, and then we had to propose a.
Mr. Yang, he was the one guy that would get high, right?
No, the other one. That was a science one. Oh, okay. The political science, the government one, and we had to propose like a law, dude, because we were acting like we were the Senate or some shit, right? Whatever it was. And that's the first time I really remember like going up there and having like prove my point, like, right? So then I'm in this fucking college class, 19-year-old, like I'm like, fuck, I don't even know. And I don't know what that. I think we were talking about like global warming or some shit, dude. And I was like, and I was on the easier side. I was on the easier side, dude. But it was so hard for me to like pay attention because I was the second one to go. So my partner was the one that proposed like, oh, this is why, you know, it's real. You know, like I don't know what exactly it was, right? And then my job was to listen to what they said and attack what they said, right? Like the second person that goes, the like rebuttal. You have your stuff, but I have to be listening, and I couldn't do it. Like I still was able. We won the debate. The professor was like, "Oh, you guys won the debate," but he was like, "But I thought you were gonna attack this," and I didn't even catch that, dude. I was like, I didn't even, because it's hard, dude, because you have to listen to the stuff, right? And that's the thing that I like with the kids, dude. Like I get them to debate, but they don't, you know, they're not at the stage where they can like refute exactly what they. First of all, we're just doing it off of like just your own belief, right? Like we're not researching and shit like that.
Feelings off, all feelings, no facts.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just like what you believe and kind of like. But that's the idea to like get started. Eventually, when you get older, like at least you have that concept of like, I need to debate them on this, but I have to research.
I need to bring in valid points.
Yeah, exactly. But the first step is like learning to, you know, let's debate against this. And the one thing that I really like telling them is like, well, you may not agree, but that sucks, dude. Like you have to, like you have to.
That's the way it is.
Yeah, exactly.
These are the facts.
Life sucks. Like that's how it is.
Yeah, facts don't care about your feelings.
Dude. It's crazy. And then I watched the I don't know, show on Netflix. I don't know, In Prison, dude.
I haven't seen it.
It's like it's actually like a PBS show, but it's on Netflix, and they go into a prison, and it's called College in Prison or some shit like that, right? And they have a debate team. But those guys, dude.
Are those the guys that beat Harvard?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
they beat Harvard, dude. But dude, these guys, like, they're criminals. I know, they know, like, they get it, like, but a lot of the guys that are in there, like in the college, in prison or whatever, like they're in there from like when they were 18, dude, and they did something stupid at a party, of course, like, they did something horrible. I'm not saying, like, yeah, they messed up, they should probably be in there, whatever, and they know they should probably be in there, but all they do is fucking read books, dude, and then when they're talking, I was like, I don't even know what the fuck you guys are saying, dude. Like they're smart, dude. Like,
well, yeah, imagine they're in there. I mean, pretty much reading all day. They got nothing else to do. What are they gonna do? Fucking go to their fucking frat party?
Yeah, dude, and they're smart, dude. And when I heard that they were going against Harvard, I was like, they're gonna give them a good shot, dude. And then the show, I didn't hear about it till
Yeah, I had seen that like it was years ago. I think
they beat them, dude. Yeah, and I was like, well, yeah, dude, they were legit. They also. In that debate, they also got... I don't remember what the debate was, but they got the harder side.
Yeah?
They did.
Fuck.
Yeah. They got something like... Shit, what was it? I think the debate was about should illegal immigrants go to school? Right? Like go to like public schools.
Yeah.
And they got the no, they shouldn't.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I remember, dude, because I was like... The guy was like, it's fucked up because I don't agree with this shit.
Yeah.
Like, because, a lot of them are...
And they still fucking...
Yeah. Because they attacked it in a different way, dude. And Harvard wasn't ready for that attack. Like, they were, like, they expected something different. And when they started attacking this point, they couldn't refute it. They were like, fuck, we didn't know what to say. And the guys from the prison college kept just attacking that point, dude. They were like, nah, we're just attacking. Yeah, and when they were doing the show and I was watching the show, they were like, we have to attack it a different way. Like we can't just go to the main points that they're gonna attack, right? Like, well, yeah, kids deserve to be in school and they deserve to learn. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? And they attacked it a totally different way. I kind of forgot how they attacked it, but I remember that they got the harder side and they won. I was like, damn, dude, they made a good point. And the only reason they won is because they. Like, the point that they made, the other guys couldn't refute it. Like, they weren't ready for that. They kind of were, the way that the show portrays it is like they kind of stayed within the box, and these guys thought outside the box. And we're like, we're going to attack this shit.
Yeah.
We're not going to be ready for it. They just
got them off guard.
Yeah. And they fucking beat them.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's why Harvard sucks. I'm just kidding.
Fucking debating is an art, dude. And it's hard. But you got to know how to do it. That's why... That's one thing that it's lost in Facebook. Like, it's really weird when you see, like, an opposed, like a good debate, like, back and forth. You just see, like, fucking bullshit. Somebody, like, saying stupid shit. The other person saying stupid shit. Or the other person responds to, like, something that has nothing to do with the actual debate. They bring another point, and then it just gets lost.
Yeah. So or they'll show, like, Ben Shapiro debates.
Or a meme.
Yeah, like Ben Shapiro debates...
I haven't seen that, but I heard about that.
No, like leftist student or some shit, and then they show a video of the leftist student, asking questions while he's up there giving us whatever.
Yeah.
So he's like asking questions. So like this kid is probably like 18, 19. Ben Shapiro's been around, so like, he's gonna beat him in this debate.
No shit.
Dude. Like first of all, he's in his turf up top, and they're at the bottom. Everybody who's there is pretty much there to watch you. So. Once you say something, they start clapping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like that's the problem. Like there hasn't been like it hasn't went back to the times of like what was that fool's name? James Baldwin and Buckley, I think was his name, where they debated like the like basically like racism. They were debating racism and like how it affects the community and.
Yeah, if you look like YouTube videos about like debates back then, like fuck,
crazy.
What's that?
You have to stop and like, what did this fool just say?
Yeah, you have to fucking process what they're saying.
It's not just like
that guy that's still alive. He's a philosopher and
Noam Chomsky.
Chomsky, like his debates are fuck, dude. Like,
yeah, I think he debates the same guy. I think he's on the show Buckley.
I think he does. Yeah,
William some F Buckley, I think his name.
Yeah,
and
or like the
you know who James Baldwin is, right?
Yeah, yeah, or like the fucking religion debates and all that. Yeah. Like, it's fucking sick.
Well, Sam Harris is pretty good at. I don't know if you know who Sam Harris is. Sam Harris is good. Like he seems to like.
That's my dad. No, yeah, I know who it is. Though.
He seems to like debate.
Who's the other guy? The other atheist guy? The new atheist?
I don't know.
I forgot his name. I'm bad with names.
Yeah, no, dude. But it's good. Dude.
What else have you been up to besides debating at school and shit?
No, that's pretty much it. And working. I mean, we had Christmas or winter break.
Yeah.
We can't say Christmas. Winter break.
Oh yeah, you can't say Christmas.
Well, it is a winter break. We had 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks.
Inclusive.
And then we went back, dude, and COVID just bam.
Came back, huh?
Bro, look.
Jeez, not even
20.
Damn.
The first day I was in school, which was Wednesday of this week, I had 15 kids in the class. No, 11 kids in the class.
11?
11.
No, mama.
Yeah, 11 kids. In LA, you can't go to school unless you get a negative test.
Oh, I heard.
Yeah, you can't go to school until you get a negative test. You have to quarantine for 10 days if you get a positive test. So we had like 20% of the kids get positive tests. And that's, dude, you don't understand because, we've been in school for, 5 months prior to that? 5 months. And the highest number that we got was like 10 students.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we would, you're supposed, in LA, we test every week. So every Tuesday in advisory, we were testing. Or every Wednesday in advisory, we were testing. And we would get like 10 students. And then eventually we got to like months where we got like 0. And then all of a sudden, they came back and...
The spike.
Dude, 20%, dude. I think it was 80 kids or something positive. And just in the school.
Yeah.
And then you have close contacts. So, brothers that go to the high school next to each other, they're positive. They're close contacts. You can't come to school. Anywhere they're around, close contact, you can't come to school.
Yeah.
If your mom or dad have positive, you can't come to school because you're close contact.
Well, I've been seeing that a lot, like in the workplace.
Oh, yeah.
Like on my job, everywhere, like everybody's shorthanded.
Yeah.
Well, they're already shorthanded because people just don't want to work, for fucking $13 and a tip. Yeah. So, and now with this shit, like a lot of people with being positive, and it's like a lot of restaurants closing. Like my dad's job closed. He had to leave early because they're like, well, we don't have people. Fuck, we're shorthanded, so we have to close.
I went to, where did I go one day? To the airport right there, Upland Cable Airport or whatever. There's like a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going, let's go eat. We never been there, whatever. It said it's closed because we didn't have enough staff.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, that's crazy. But.
Well, there's shortage everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Everywhere you go, they're hiring, dude.
I know, yeah.
It's like, and then there's like, well, where do those, did all the people die or what the fuck? Like, but we're talking about shit that you're like, hold on, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? Why is it? My buddy was like, oh, there's soccer teams. You want to coach a club team, dude? It's like, there's no coaches. Like, what the fuck? Where do they go, dude?
Right, like.
Yeah, it's like, how did soccer coaches, how do the numbers go down in soccer?
Yeah.
Like, it's just.
I don't know, like, where the people went. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, they got their stimulus. Like, people can't live off fucking. How much was in total? Like, $5,000? Yeah. Like, for the whole year? There's no way people can survive off that shit. So I was like, oh, yeah.
Just like people started, I think people just started noticing.
But they did get a shitload of money, though, on unemployment. Like, you would get like
they still get that?
Nah, but I mean, throughout the year, that's a shitload of money you could have collected. Not a shitload of money, but enough.
All of a sudden, they all know how to save money.
All right, yeah. I just thought about that.
Right? Yeah. All of a sudden, I think the shortage is more like people are like, fuck this, dude. I'm gonna go do something else that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna be fucking making $10 an hour. And you fucking treating me like shit. Dude,
yeah.
I think that's what it is. Like teachers are. Dude, you see,
there's some jobs where like, dude, paying like $13, $14. Like, why would he work with them when there's fucking other jobs where you don't need any experience and you're gonna get paid $20, $22? Yeah, exactly. Like I know people working at like starting know nothing at 22.
Yeah. Look, I'm not saying that. Look, this conversation, people who are listening right now, whoever you are, the 3 people that listen to this podcast, I'm not saying that everybody should be like millionaires. I just don't. I think people should be able to survive.
It's like what Joe Rogan says. We should be able to survive on on a regular wage.
Yeah, like one job. You know what I mean?
We should have a livable wage.
Yeah. And then they're like, well, why is our kid stupid? How come our kid? It's like, dude, because the parents are working all day, dude. Yeah. Like, it's not their fault. Like, they're working to try to survive.
Yeah.
To pay a fucking house that's $3,000 and you have fucking 7 families living in there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, why are the kids? Like, dude, because, dude, like, I don't understand. Like, you're contradicting yourself, you know? Like, I'm not saying everybody should be, like, living in mansions and we should all be billionaires and millionaires.
Not everybody strives for that.
Yeah, you know, like, you should just be able to be like, I'm going to work from 6 to 2.
Well, we also got to say, you should be able to feed your kids, but not feed them bullshit. You know? Feed them things that are going to kill them in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, either way, people who have money or don't have money still consume whatever it is.
Yeah,
and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I just feel like everybody's like, oh, well, the shortage, you know.
Yeah.
They're leaving. There's no, I don't know. There's no teachers.
There's nothing.
And, like, there's no nurses. Like, well,
there's
dude,
nothing.
When you fucking told them that.
All the doctors should go back to fucking Africa and to India and everything. Dude, we'll have a shortage of doctors.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Well, I'm telling you, dude, like, it's like, well, what do you want them to do, dude? Like, what do you, like, you're treating the nurses like shit, you know? Eventually, like, people fucking get worn out. Like, no matter what you like.
I don't need that, but you start with the mandates and all that shit. Yeah, and it's like,
well, then not okay. Look,
wait, but before we start on a positive note, I got my Facebook back.
Oh yeah, so he's gonna promote it.
Yeah, because I know when we started, I had my Facebook and then I got blocked and then I eventually got banned from Facebook, completely banned. Like they deleted my whole Facebook.
Right.
So I had to start a new one, and I didn't start that till like after the podcast. And now I have it. And you guys can go check it out. And now we're gonna blow up for sure.
Now thinking about it, dude, I think we're gonna put the table against that wall so that you can only see that wall.
Yeah, that'll be tight.
Yeah, so like
there's a wall behind me. That. You guys can't see it, but
yeah. But now that I'm thinking about it, you're talking about, I'll put it. I don't know. We'll put something there then, and then the cameras would just be facing that way.
Yeah,
so that they can only see like the door and that. You know what
I mean? But back to Facebook. You know what the scary part is? Like, not the scary shit, but like...
You're talking about censorship again?
Yeah, censorship. Dude, like, I just thought about that, like, during the week. How I'm self-censoring myself now. Like, internalizing the censorship. Because I got my Facebook fucking banned and blocked. And then I made this new one. And within the first week, I had a warning. And in the first month, I got banned for a week. So I was like, all right. So now I was like, I can't even post anything. Like now, everything I post, I'll write it and I'll be like, nah, I'm gonna get banned. So like I'm censoring myself, like fucking Zuckerberg.
That's good, dude.
I'm gonna go to what's it called, Starter.
It's good because you'll be posting shit like the Holocaust ain't real and shit.
I don't post shit like that.
Yeah, you post like Hitler pictures.
I post memes with that. Well, it's history, dude. It happened. What do you want me to do? Fuck.
Like, you post so stupid
but
shit,
Pfizer
dude.
and Moderna can go on posting their bullshit, advertising their drugs and everything. Fuck
Get
that.
the fuck out of here. Dude, that's how life is, man. Hey, you want to live in a capitalist society, dude. Hey, make money, do whatever the fuck you want. Now everybody's all upset. Well, dude, that's what you brought up, dude.
No, I'm talking about the censorship.
I know, but that's what you brought up, dude.
Well, see, the good thing about the capitalist company is that I'm going to go to Starter because there's other alternatives.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to the Patriot pages too.
Man, shut the fuck
up, dude. Man. Watch me.
And then they're going to ban you because you don't put some shit about Trump, dude.
You know that guy
like we all ban each other, dude, when we go against it. You know what I mean?
No.
What I say in the chat, dude, about the zombies. Like all zombies matter. And then,
if we had a zombie apocalypse, we'd all be fucked. No matter. Oh yeah, let me go back to that.
And then I said some shit like all zombies matter, right?
That was a fun combo.
And then I said some shit like, all zombies matter until there's more than one gender zombie, more than 2 gender zombies, and they're gonna be upset at the zombies. You know what I mean? Like that's how it is, dude.
Oh, here it is. So it started with, I know for a fact that there was a zombie apocalypse.
That wasn't me. No,
that was Alan. Who would be fucked? People would be hiding their bite marks and shit.
That was pretty funny.
Just like people hide their COVID symptoms now. And then one of our friends had to keep them confidential. Yeah, and people would refuse to believe that the zombie virus is real. Then there would be people protesting the zombie lives matter. and then I said, zombie lives do matter. And then somebody else said, but do blue lives really matter? He's like, there's no such thing as blue lives.
Uh-huh.
And then you said, then those zombie lives matter people will go against the zombies because they will say that there are more than 2 zombie genders.
Yeah.
And then it's like, we're totally fucked.
Yeah. Yeah,
and then they went on talking about Blue Lives Matter. That there's a big Blue Lives Matter movement in Norco.
You saw like, oh, you know, look, I'm not saying.
Dude, don't be scared, dude. Stop censoring yourself.
No, I'm not censoring myself.
It's a podcast. Free.
I just want to make sure I express myself the way I want to express myself. Those people who were like all year, like Blue Lives Matter, right? And then they ran, and then you go up to them and you talk to them about how like all those people who went into the Capitol like just fucked up the police.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, well, what about those police? And they just go, no. That's just fucking stupid.
Hypocrisy,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, like that shit is annoying.
I've always thought about Blue Lives Matter as the counter to Black Lives Matter. You don't want to say fuck Black Lives Matter, fuck Black Lives Matter, but you just say Blue Lives Matter. That's your way of saying fuck them. You know, that's I always looked at that because even I can't say it, but somebody who's a cop even says that like there's no such thing as Blue Lives Matter. You know, and I mean, who the fuck, unless you're a fucking Smurf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you don't see like, oh, Red Lives Matter, the firefighters.
Yeah, because it's something that you choose. There's something that you also, like, you're choosing, right? Like, you're not choosing to be fucking Hispanic. Like, you're born, like, you're choosing to be a cop or a teacher or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Or a fucking computer scientist. Or, whatever it is.
But you know what
But the shit is the hypocrisy, right? Like, you're either one or like you.
It's always a fucking hypocrisy, dude.
That shit bothers me, dude. Like, how can you just like even when I'm like, I'm having a conversation.
Sides, that's why
when I'm having a conversation, I'm like, fuck, that's pretty hypocritical of me to. And I say that like, you know, I don't even know if I'm right, dude.
Yeah.
Like I always go, I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm right. This I may be wrong. You know what I mean? We were having conversations about the trans, like the trans swimmer that, you know, they the
1-to-1.
Yeah,
everything.
Like they went, you know, like they're transitioning from, I believe, male to female, right?
To biological man.
Yeah, like they were born man and then whatever it is, right? Like then they transferred to the female, and I was like, you know, it's unfair for the females who were born female, but I also don't know if it's unfair. Like I really don't, dude. Like I don't have like
because I don't
have like a
I don't know in swim how much difference it makes male to female.
Yeah,
like
that's the shit. It's like I don't know, dude. Like I don't know the answer to this.
It might matter. I mean,
yeah, but that's the shit. It's like I'm not gonna go around like fucking, you know, like I know all the answers. Like I don't, dude. Like I don't know all the answers, and I'm willing to be like I don't know if I'm right. Like I just at this point this is what I believe, and I don't know if I'm right. That's the problem. Like everybody thinks that like you're trying to get the right answer. It's like, no, I don't know if I'm right, dude.
Yeah.
Like, well, nobody really knows.
That's the thing that nobody's willing to admit. Yeah. They're wrong.
It's like when you have an argument, I always like I have conversations with one of my old colleagues, dude, and I just, you know, like we're having conversations and like discussions of you know different things of what we agree, like Dave Chappelle, things like that, right? Like, is it right what he said? I have no idea, dude.
I forgot about that. Yeah, a lot of shit happened.
Yeah, like I have no idea. You know, I don't know if it's
but
right
he didn't
what he
say
said.
Nothing bad.
But I'm not saying that I disagree with what he said.
No, yeah.
What I'm saying is I don't know if it's bad or not, dude. Yeah. Like I'm not saying I didn't find it. In my opinion, I didn't find what he said was bad. Yeah. You know, like I didn't like he's.
Well, somebody says the Holocaust is fake. Is that bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's bad, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's.
But in certain context, right?
Well, yeah, like you're in
a certain context.
Yeah, like if I'm going to a show, right, and the comedian goes, "The Holocaust was fake." I know that's a fucking joke, dude.
But you know what's crazy? Like the people that say like the Holocaust is fake and shit like that.
Like if you're at a comedy show and the guy goes, "The Earth is flat," you know it's a fucking joke, dude.
Yeah.
Like the context is matter. So I understand that what he said is wrong. What Dave Chappelle said is wrong. But you know he's a fucking comedian, dude.
Yeah, you have to put it in context.
That's what he's supposed to fucking be doing, so that we have these conversations.
Yeah.
That's the job of the comedian. Some comedians don't push that. Others do, dude. So why not? Just be like, what he said is wrong.
And some of
let's have a fucking conversation.
The biggest comedians have done. Those are the ones that go against like the cultural.
Yeah,
I mean,
the best comedians fucking point out both idiot like
whatever's going on. They go right at it. You know, they don't hide from it or they don't avoid it. Yeah, and those are the ones that have been the biggest comedians. I mean, fucking what's that guy? The old guy,
George Carlin.
Carlin.
Yeah,
like he was fucking great, and he would always go at the government and shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
Because at that time, you couldn't go at the fucking government. But I mean, he would do it like Chappelle. He's going at the not going at the trans community, but he's not afraid to make jokes about it. Right. And now you have like Andrew Schultz. Like, he's not afraid to like just go at whatever's not right, quote unquote, to say. You know, he's still doing it, and I mean, he's getting up there. A lot of people don't know him, but he's getting up there. I feel like he's still young. So
most comedians are.
I'm gonna go watch him, by the way.
Oh, you are? Yeah. Here or what?
In Brea.
Oh, the improv? In Brea?
Schultz.
Most comedians are like lean towards left, right? Like they're a lot of them who are socially like liberal, like they don't give a shit about, you know, like they think everybody should have rights, you know, kind of like fucking, trans rights, you know, all civil, everything, right? Like they lean left, you know, but some of them also like understand that like you can go too far left,
right?
You know what I mean? Like Bill Burr, for example, like he makes fun of the right, dude. I watched this show. I was live, dude, and he fucking like was like somebody, like somebody. He says something right, like that was a joke, and then these guys go like ooh, right, and then he's like that's the problem right there, and and it was like a joke about the leftists or whatever, and and you can tell like.
Yeah, it was like right wing.
Yeah, somebody yelling, and then he fucking, he like checked them.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Nah, dude, like this is."
Well, you see the same shit on Facebook. I mean, no, you don't see anybody calling on Biden right now, or the Biden administration, like Kamala, nothing. You don't see anything.
Right.
Like where's all the promises they made? Like they said, oh, we're not gonna do mask mandates, and like look at all that shit that's going on. Nobody says anything.
And they all ridiculous.
But when it was Trump, like, oh, fuck. Like, same thing when Obama happened, know. When Bush was in power, like, people were protesting the war, blah, blah, blah. Obama came in. Nobody said shit. Then Trump came in. It's always the same shit when you have a fucking bipartisan fucking politics.
Yeah. Or it's
when you only have two fucking parties.
Or like fucking, all the people who died when, George Bush was in charge in the fucking war, right?
Yeah.
And then like the other day the bombing happened, the 13 people died in I don't know whatever in Afghanistan. And all the conservatives were like, oh, the 13 was like, what what about all the other fucking soldiers
that died? Oh yeah, only 13 lives matter.
Because of a conservative president. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Wait, did we do an episode on that?
Nah, dude, we didn't.
Oh, that one was a good. That was a fucking good one, dude.
Yeah, but like I'm not saying like both were wrong, dude. I'm not saying
no, yeah, of course.
Wrong. And it might have been Biden's fault.
But I remember I did post something about that. I remember.
Yeah, but like it might have been Biden's fault. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But it's also ridiculous to be like, like those stickers like, oh, Biden did this gas thing. It's like, dude,
yeah. Well, I mean,
first of all, everywhere in the world, the oil, like gas is like, if you go to Mexico, fucking gas prices are up. It's like Biden's not the president. Do you guys not fucking understand or what?
I think some of them, some of them do. They just do it as a joke, but a majority of them don't. Yeah. And they think it's he actually did it. It's the same shit every year, like every fucking term.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Trump hiked the fucking gas prices.
Yeah.
Obama, I was like, God damn, like here we go. I learned that shit back when I think Obama was president. Mm-hmm. About the whole gas thing. Yeah. Like they're not really. I mean, they don't have much control.
They don't have control, dude.
And I'm like,
how can they have control when it's an open market, dude?
Exactly.
Like you're in a capital, like they don't have that much control. That's the shit that's like I don't understand how you guys think that's even fucking an argument, dude. Like everywhere. I was listening to the fucking podcast with the Mexican guys did, and they were talking about how gas prices were high, and I was like, Biden's not the fucking president there, so they must be, it's not Biden's fault.
But I mean, when you don't understand something, you always gotta blame somebody.
Yeah. The shit is like it's all talking points, and I saw this graph, and I'm not saying that conservatives look all they do is watch TV. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like the highest rated shows, like news shows, are fucking Tucker Carlson, dude. This other, like the 5 in the evening, I don't know what it is, fucking Joe Rogan, like all these shows that a lot of conservative people watch, right? And then when you hear them talk, all it is like talking points that they hear from these people.
Yeah, they're repeating the talking points
from the people that they hear, right? And like the leftists, I get it, like there are talking points, right? But they have other points as well that they make, not just the ones that fucking Tucker Carlson says on his show in the middle of the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a show. It's not, guys. If you're watching the TV, it's a fucking show. Okay, everybody, whoever's listening to this, right? This itself, it's a fucking show.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we don't fucking know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're
right?
dumb.
So when you turn on the TV, right, it's a fucking show.
Right.
Meaning that's not news, dude. It's a show.
That's the problem with the news nowadays, you know. The news were originally made so they just give you the info and you decide.
Yeah.
But now they manipulate the info and throw it at you a certain way.
Because it's a show, dude.
Yeah, now it's like, a show.
Like, listen, dude.
It's a shit show.
We had a conversation about this. And it's like, you watch ESPN, right? And imagine, like, okay, dude, how can you argue that LeBron is not good?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so they put a question. Is LeBron being great right now? Who's going to be like, no, it's not. Yeah. Right? But what happens? If we have that conversation and we go, yeah, LeBron has been being great. Like, he's one of the greatest ever. And the other person on the other side goes, yeah, he is one of the greatest. The show ends right there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what happens is one of them says he's the greatest and the other one goes, oh, no, he's not. You know what I mean? And then they have this conversation. And what happens? The people who are fucking watching it, right? People who are watching it that don't like LeBron, all they do is listen to the talking points of that guy and they go and they, like, not knowing that it's a fucking show, dude. I mean, like, they're doing that shit on purpose.
Yeah.
That guy can literally love LeBron and they go and they tell him,
just
talk shit about
biases.
LeBron, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's just like ridiculous, dude. Like, how can anybody go around and be like, Cristiano Ronaldo sucks? They don't. He doesn't, dude. He doesn't suck.
Thank you.
So when they go on a show and they go, oh, is Cristiano Ronaldo done? It's like, no, dude, he's not done.
Yeah.
Okay, but if everybody just says no, he's not done, the show ends in fucking 5 minutes, dude. So what happens? One guy goes, he's not done. The other guy goes, yeah, he's done, man.
Yeah, we have a 30-minute show.
And then you have a fucking 45-minute show.
And then at the end of the show, like, oh, I don't know. I don't think he is. And the guy's like, yeah, I think he is. All right, peace.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then people go and they listen to it and they go, oh, did you hear what so-and-so? And they spit it out like facts. That's the same shit that's happening on the news.
I think the news and all those fucking shows, I think it's just a good starting point for you to go on and fucking do research and then go and see if it's true and shit like that, you know? And then, come up with your own argument or come up with your own talking points.
It's kind of sad because I really like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
In the beginning, like, I really liked Joe Rogan when he had, like, he's just having conversations.
Yeah.
Now I feel like he's just trying to, like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to bring this doctor that says vaccines suck, you know what I mean? And then I'm going to bring the other doctor.
I think he just brings controversial doctors because he brought Gupta.
Yeah.
The guy from CNN.
Yeah.
And he fucking, dude.
Yeah.
He fucking embarrassed the shit out of them and CNN.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But, like, why, like...
I just hate that when he brings up the California thing. Like, it's fucking annoying. Other than that, I'm like, I know he's not conservative. I know he leans a little more to the right, but then he's very liberal.
He's socially liberal. He's just not. When you're making $100 million, dude, you're not gonna be like, oh yeah, let's just give it away to everybody.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's what I was talking to my wife about. I was like, oh, dude, I get so much taken out from taxes. Like, I have no problem paying taxes, dude. But when I'm driving down the street and there's fucking big ass potholes, like, where the fuck is that money going? You know what I mean? Like, I have no problem. Like, I don't. I have no problem going, oh, well, yeah, I pay taxes, fucking.
But then again, we pay so much fucking taxes here in California, and then you go to other states and they function pretty well without paying half the fucking taxes we pay. So it's like, well, what the fuck are you doing with all the money?
Although that's not as, because you talk to other people and go, yeah, this, it's just fucking.
California obviously.
There's
not
just
better.
So much shit to do, yeah.
Yeah, but
it's just different, right? Like, when you're in the middle of the country, dude, like, you don't have to really take care of shit when one house is 3 miles away from the next house.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So like, you're driving.
But
not
still,
that, yeah.
I don't think they should.
No, but you're right. Like, it's like, where the fuck is all the time? It's all like,
or there should be
it's
more
all the fucking mayors, councilmen.
They should be more transparent with where the taxes go.
Yeah.
Because from what I've heard and I've seen and I've read, it's that most of it, like, I would say, like 80% or 75% goes to the military.
The federal taxes? You're talking about federal taxes?
Yeah.
But you're talking about state taxes, California.
Oh, okay, state taxes, yeah. Well,
where the fuck do they go? Fucking... Not to fucking clean off the walls in the fucking...
Not to Upland, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
All those potholes.
Yeah, dude, I know, everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's just fucking annoying, dude. It's like, what the hell? What are you doing with all that money?
That's what I mean. It's so much fucking money, dude. Like, it's... I don't know.
Like, once again, I don't care that they're taking... Like, I know you have to pay taxes. I understand that. But, like, fucking fix the street so that, we can just be driving normal. You know, like I'm not talking about perfect. I'm just saying normal.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need you to be. I don't need you to like I don't need fucking you to hire like the best person to make payment. I just need
fix
you
the fucking pothole running down the street.
Like,
fix the light.
I can drive and I'm like boom boom fucking every block. You know.
Yeah.
But nah, I don't know. Then but that's the thing. Like Joe Rogan, I feel like that lately he's been doing that. He's just trying to bring controversy to like stir the pot. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily to stir the pot, because that's when I started being. Because first I've heard that a lot of people who have done everything right since the pandemic started, like have got vaccinated, they kept their 6-foot distance, they quarantined, no contact, they would only go out for things that were vital, things like they did everything correct. They got both shots, everything, and they still caught COVID. Yeah, they feel like a sort of shame. Like, well, fuck, you know, like I did everything right and I'm still fucked. Like I'm here the second time, or I got COVID second time. I'm hospitalized. Like, you know, it's kind of shitty because I did everything they told me to do, and it's still, and to this day, they still can't figure it out. Yeah, you know, so I've read that a large percentage of people are not embarrassed or just ashamed, or they just don't feel. They feel like kind of like betrayed in a way. Right. You know, because it's like, well, they told us to do all this and, you know, they didn't fucking work. It's like if you tell your students do all this work and then they don't do it. I mean, they do it and then they still get a D. Yeah. And it's like, well, what the fuck? You know? Oh, yeah. So now they're...
I guess like, you don't understand that... Yeah, like they don't understand that sometimes that shit just happens because fucking it's life.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah, but it's fucking frustrating.
But if you just imagine you fucking do everything and you end up hospitalized and you die, it's like, well,
it's frustrating.
Fuck, you know,
it's frustrating.
Yeah,
it's frustrating. But at the end of the day, it's like.
But also, especially because I feel like the CDC and all the fucking doctors and everything, they just don't know exactly what they're doing, and they just keep throwing shit at us and changing shit back and forth. And I mean, that's fine, but don't just say this is it. This is the absolute. Like, you have to wear 3 masks. Yeah. Or you have to wear 2 masks. Yeah. Or you definitely need a booster. Or no, this is the vaccine. And it's like, oh no, well now you have to get another vaccine. Oh no, you have to get a booster now. Right. Oh well, we just figured it out. No, the one in March is gonna be it. That's it. And now we need a pill. And it's like, well, fuck, just tell us. Hey, we don't know, but you know,
we're trying shit.
Yeah, we're trying shit.
Yeah, like fucking weed. Blocks,
yeah, exactly.
Or cannabis or whatever.
Yeah,
like the plant blocks.
So like, fuck, who was saying?
But the thing is, like, the problem is that
Schultz and Charlemagne on the show, they were saying like how they were going at Rogan for using ivermectin and shit like that. And then they were like, yeah, well, that shit doesn't work for COVID. And it's like, well, neither does your shit.
Yeah, exactly.
The fucking vaccine doesn't work. So what the fuck? Yeah. You know, like, why aren't we allowed to use that, but your vaccine yet? And then when he brought on all those doctors that he's been bringing, like lately.
Yeah, like Robert Malone, is that?
Yeah, and
who
then
invented the fucking vaccine?
And then the one before that, the guy that talked about Big Pharma. Yeah. It's just, fuck, dude, so much fucking corruption. Like, all the money.
It's weird, right? Because that guy is vaccinated, Dr. Robert Malone.
Yeah.
And he invented the fucking, like, he invented the vaccine, like the mRNA, right?
Yeah, the mRNA, yeah.
Like science. I just don't get what is he saying, dude? Like, is he saying that they don't work or what? Like, that fool invented, that fool's going and be like, that shit.
I think
he put it in himself.
I think, I think he knows, and like he's trying to say that the people who sold the big vaccine or distributed also knew. They just didn't put out the info, just for a profit, you know, because they just want to make more money. That's
they don't know that they knew that
knew that the vaccine wasn't going to protect you 100%. It was only going to last for like 3-4 months.
But he says it does work, just for a short amount of time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and also because
he fucking is vaccinated.
Exactly. But
people like watching and go, oh, that fool's an anti-vaxxer. Like, that fool's vaccinated. How the fucking vaccinated?
And one of the main things that I got from him is that, you know, like, it's just for the profit right now. Yeah, that's why you don't. And then I caught on to that, and I thought about that. Yeah. And
we talked about this, dude.
Yeah, and I've been, you know, talking to people, and I'm like, well, how come there's no treatments to it, like, at all? Like, there's no treatments to to COVID. Like, if you get COVID, like, you can't go to the store and like, oh, I'm gonna go get a fucking, I don't know, a fucking,
like a NyQuil.
Like if you get a flu, you get a fucking NyQuil or Theraflu, and that's it. Like, there's nothing for COVID. Like, either you get the shot, which only protects you for a certain amount of time. Yeah,
because one.
Like, or you get COVID.
Yeah, but like the flu itself, like from what I understand, like, viruses can only pretty much dealt with. Like, there's no medicine for a virus, right?
Right.
It's normally like dealt with vaccines or some sort of inoculation, and that's why like you need a vaccine or an inoculation for COVID from because it's a virus, right? Like every virus you normally have a vaccine for, right? The issue is like if it was really about trying to save lives, right, and not about profit, is you would let people know how to make it.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Exactly. So he brought out all these points. Like first, like there's no treatment.
Yeah.
Like that's why they keep going at Joe Rogan about the ivermectin.
Yeah.
That's why they went at Trump about the hydrochloroquine.
Yeah.
And I mean,
but they also did too much. Like brought these fake doctors to come and say like hydrochloroquine works and shit like that. Like,
oh well, yeah. I mean, but so they say that it does work, not completely, obviously. Yeah, hydrochloroquine, ivermectin, monoclonal antibodies, and like all these medicines are being like demonized. Like like don't take it, like that's horse medication, or hydrochloroquine, like don't do that. Like Trump did it, so don't do it.
Although in the case of ivermectin, there is a horse.
No, yeah, there is a
medicine,
horse medicine,
but he took the human one.
Yeah, I know,
and that's
but
like,
people don't know that.
That's the missing. Like that's.
But CNN put it out there as
I wouldn't say
it's
fake news. I said that's misinformation, dude. Like
that's why he couldn't sue them, because technically there is a horse medication. Yeah. So they're not dumb.
Yeah.
So they knew what they were doing, but that's still fucked up.
I just don't understand why they're doing that. Like what is CNN. That? Yeah, like
get some ratings.
Yeah. Well, they don't have any ratings.
And then the monoclonal antibodies. Remember the article I sent you like a couple months back that they were blocking the distribution of Florida because DeSantis over there, the governor, he was using it in Florida, and fucking Biden blocked the distribution of it to Florida. He limited the distribution.
See, but that's some political shit. That's like,
it's also political, but I mean,
dude, it's political. Like, how come for example, like people in Argentina, right?
Yeah.
Like they're getting a variety of different vaccines. Like there's a Pfizer vaccine. There's also one that they made in Russia. I don't know what it is. I think it's called the Sputnik.
Sputnik, yeah.
Right? So if you get the Sputnik, you can't come into the country.
I know, yeah.
It's like...
My cousin got the Sputnik in Mexico and he can't come in because it's...
so it's not political at all. Like that's the shit. It's like, I don't understand.
You got chocolate in your veins.
Yeah, like, well, I don't know. See, that's when I'm like, that's ridiculous, dude. Like,
that's what I mean. It's all... Because profits, dude. Because no, you have to get our vaccine. Why? Because we make money.
Yeah.
And why don't you distribute it? Because they said it's dangerous.
And
it's like, what's dangerous about saving lives? Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
it's because they just want the money. I
mean, and
that's
also,
but that's also a you want to say like a symptom of capitalism. Like we're not here to fucking save everybody.
Well, yeah,
like, we're here to make money. I'm sorry to fucking tell you guys.
And that's what he talks about too. This is like overreach of capitalism.
Yeah.
What the vaccines manufacturers.
It's not an overreach, dude, because it's free market, baby.
Oh, yeah.
And it's true, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. But
yeah, you can think it's... I think
mean, in a perfect society, capitalism will work perfect. Just like communism would work perfect.
Any system will work perfect.
In a perfect society, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean,
but when you have greediness, dude,
his argument is saying that it's overreaching, Yeah. And, I mean, yeah, that's why he doesn't want to... They don't want to give out how to make the vaccine to, like poor countries,
They do that shit with a bunch of medicine, dude.
Yeah, I know they do.
They do that shit with like.
Well, you didn't hear the doctor too. He talked about Epipen? The insulin.
Is that insulin and the Epipen? Dude.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah,
the Epipen too is like oh well, you're fucking allergic. I'm too bad, dude. This shit costs $5,000.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, so you want me to fucking?
Oh no,
die?
That was a different one.
Well, I don't know how much it costs, but it's Epipen is basically. Like when your fucking throat closes because you eat some shit and you fucking inject yourself.
Oh, the allergies?
My son has it.
Yeah.
He's allergic.
He has allergies?
He has allergies to everything, but from like his blood work.
Yeah.
Basically, the next time if he ever eats a peanut, dude, his throat is closing.
No way.
Yeah. So we have an EpiPen. It's called Acu something, which is basically like the same, but it's like a cheap, not a cheap version, but like it's inexpensive.
Right.
And then
that's fucking crazy.
You have to jam them into that. Yeah, but it's like super expensive. So if you don't have
make fun of kids with allergies,
it's like, well, yeah, you can. It's fucking crazy. But it's like,
dude,
it's
that's
super
fucking
expensive.
Crazy.
It's super expensive.
Allergies?
And allergies are hard because like you can be allergic. Pretty much everybody's
allergic. So if
allergic.
he eats a peanut butter sandwich, he dies.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Does he know that though? He's aware of that?
Well, now that he's 3, he knows
that.
Oh,
fuck, he's already 3?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, dude, you gotta be fucking extra careful.
Yeah, so like he, you know, he's allergic to everything though. But, like from, you know, because peanut, I guess, has like different, I don't know what it's called, dude, like different layers. And one layer is like, where like if you're super high in that, dude, that basically means like your throat will close up. Like you're gonna go into what is it called, anaphylactic shock or something, which is basically your throat closes and somebody has to jam you. Oh, you know, which is why like we're super, like we're super not scared, but aware of like when he goes to school.
Cautious, yeah,
cautious because like kids will be like, oh, here's a recess,
here's a fucking Snickers.
And he'll be like, yeah, you know, fucking
yeah,
you know, and you know, kids they'll fucking just eat whatever. But he's starting to slowly know like. Because you'll hear us say, like, cause
but it's especially so much, in dessert. I mean, I know there's a lot of peanuts, but there's a lot of shit that contains peanuts. Yeah. And it's like...
Well, yeah. And then, luckily, he's not like where, you know, there's some kids who are really bad where you open a peanut.
Yeah, and he'll start fucking dying.
Yeah, you know what I mean? No, he's not that bad. Like, he can be in the fucking, like, in the air. You know, I don't know if you know, but you go to the airplanes... And sometimes they'll say, "Hey, you can't have any peanuts in here."
Yeah,
because there's a kid in there.
Shit, yeah.
There's a kid in there that if you open the fucking bag,
he'll die.
He's gonna fucking go into shock.
Yeah.
Man. Well, he's not that bad, but he is bad enough. Like if he eats, the next time he eats a peanut, he's gonna have to shock. Somebody's gonna have to shoot him up with the.
Damn, that's fucking crazy. I didn't know that.
But it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, the doctor talks about the insulin though, not the.
Yeah, insulin is super expensive, right?
But and then he talks about how when they it was engineered. Yeah. Like mechanically engineered, the insulin. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's the right word, mechanically engineered. Or maybe it's another... No, there's another word.
Like lab? Are you talking about?
Yeah, in the lab. Uh-huh. It was engineered in the lab. I forgot that word. And so after that, like, it became like really expensive to sell that. Uh-huh. So this is fucking crazy, dude, because this goes back to like one of our episodes where we talked about how like who like sets the parameters by the parameters that we live by, and things like that, like doctors, people in power. Remember, I had told you, and this definitely proves that because they talked about, like, he talked about the insulin and like the fucking the corruption behind all that, like in the 90s, how they engineered this insulin and it was cheaper, so they needed to raise the price. So in order to raise the price, they needed to sell more and things like that. So they couldn't sell more because the levels. And I'm not a fucking doctor. I don't know nothing about fucking medicine. I know shit. I'm just fucking paraphrasing what he's saying. Mm-hmm. So he's saying that the levels, like a normal levels, like I think it was like 5 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like your insulin had to be at something like that. Mm-hmm. And he's like, so what can we do if people are at 5? You know, like we can't sell them more insulin because then their levels will go up.
Right.
So what do? They said, okay, we're gonna push the levels. Normal levels are gonna be 7 now. Normal, quote unquote. Uh-huh. So that way we can sell them more insulin and they can consume more, and that's going to be the new level. So they raised the levels, and what happened? Just
randomly, and then like not scientifically. It was like, I'm just gonna.
Well, technically, they I mean, it was still
like it wasn't based off of like. Science.
Oh no!
Like,
it was it was none of that.
The new levels are actually
no,
7.
yeah.
Like, that's why the new levels are 7. So
that's why it's really controversial. So then doctors and even in the the medicine, something like books and stuff like that started adopting that level 7, and then fucking you had like a shitload of people dying, like heart attacks, things like that, and eventually they found out because of the levels, and it's like, well, these are the normal levels. What do you mean? And it's like, well, technically they're not, you know. So imagine like you live by that because the people in power, the doctors, they put that in place, but just to make a quick buck, to make profit. More. Yeah, and then now I guess the levels back to that. And those are like bad levels and shit like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. So it's fucking crazy. And then
you're just trying to make money. I mean,
yeah, but I mean at the expense of
fucking people dying.
But then again, what is war?
Yeah, that's true.
Making money out of fucking at the expense of people dying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it seems like
dude, that's why I was like, damn, this is crazy how they talk about that shit. Cause it's just like I told you before, you know, like a woman
has he been always talking about this, dude? And just because of COVID has become like popular, or is it just
no? It's because I think he checks out like videos and things like that, or he reads a book and then he'll be like, oh fuck, like this is crazy, and like he'll get that, like the author of the book or the video, like he'll get him on the show. And obviously, he's going to be more drawn to controversy. You know, he's not going to be drawn to our fucking podcast, motherfucker.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, so, but that's why I was like, damn, this is crazy. Because, like I told you before, like, back in the 1800s, like, women were thought of, like, really fragile.
Right.
So they had to wear, like, all these clothing. Like,
right.
The corsets and all this shit, you know, so they can be held in place. And it was approved by doctors. Like, doctors validated this fucking argument.
This.
Yeah, and, like, women, like, were fucking dying of suffocation or, like, shit like that.
But the shit is, like, that gets... Okay, so, like, that gets kind of in the way, right, of, like, real science. Where, like, they say one thing because that's what they kind of found out. But at that time,
it's real science.
Yeah, but the thing is, like... Not necessarily, right? Like in the sense of,
but like, we keep evolving and discovering new things.
Yeah. So like what I'm saying is like when they find these levels and they go, we're gonna make the level 7.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's the new level.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna say, that we scientifically found out that the new levels are 7, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, they did to 7 so that they could sell more, right? That when people start learning about that shit, right, where they do that, it kind of takes away from the real science, which is like based off of this experiment. We found that the levels were 7.
But because you know why? Because capitalism.
Right. You know,
but nobody talks about that bad part of capitalism.
Right.
You know?
But you know what I mean? Like, it takes away, like, the reality of science. Because science always changes, right? Like, there's an experiment that may tell you, like, okay, there was an experiment that they did that, you know, weed blocks, you know, cannabis or COVID, right? They can then learn, like, do another experiment with more people and find out that you know, that experiment was false, right? But it maybe without us knowing now is like, are they just trying to sell more weed?
But that's exactly what's going on right now. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, it comes from the CDC, who we're supposed to trust is the highest fucking authority of science.
Just as like
but how do we know they're not just trying to make a profit?
Well, just like everybody.
And then you have these other doctors, like controversial, quote unquote, coming on here saying like, well, that's bullshit.
Well, like now, even when it's like, you know, the quote unquote good doctors, right? Where they said, you know, the CDC said, well, 5 days, if you feel good, go back.
Yeah, that's
and
bullshit.
The doctors are like, well, 5 days is not really the day.
And now everybody's saying it's because of like
because they want
the companies, exactly. Corporations are like, hey, we need our fucking workers back.
Yeah, but that's fucked up, right? Because like the real doctors are going, well, that's not not true, dude. But you know, that's why I always make the joke like, well, the kids should come back in 5 days. That's what and they're like, well, that's not really true. The CDC just wants you to come back so that.
But that's what I mean. It's the normal. People in power normalize these standards or these parameters that we live by every day. Like,
science, you know? But unscientifically. You know what I mean? Like not like in reality. They're just kind of like, we're gonna change this not based off our experiment. We're gonna change it because we want to sell more stuff.
Yeah. Well, some stuff is based on that, but other stuff it is based on quote unquote science.
Yeah.
Like. And the fucking during prior to the Civil War, like slavery, like in the in the fucking 1700s, 1800s, my bad, early 1800s. I mean, when the slaves would escape, they would people would say that it was a disease, like they were sick,
right.
That they were escaped, but because they were sick, like they didn't know what they were doing, so they thought escaping was a good choice, but it was just they were mentally ill.
Yeah,
and it's like the fuck, and like doctors like said like this is like they're ill, mentally ill.
Right. But they said that.
Then we came to find out
they
like,
can prove.
What are you talking about?
They can prove that they
that
should stay.
Validate slavery.
Yeah, they can validate slavery.
But that's what I mean.
That's not real science, though, dude.
But
that's not real science. So that's them. That's what I'm saying. Like that's them validating for an external reason, right? Just like the 5 days. Like that's you trying to change science.
Okay, so
like it's not real science. Like real science would be like we did an experiment, right? And it says like in that experiment we legitimately found that you only need 5 days.
And that's what these doctors are saying. Like the doctors that are coming out, like which is a few, and then you got the main like the people in power saying something else because like you say they just want to cater to whatever's going on right now.
Yeah,
to the
like
time.
Those scientists are just catering to.
Yeah. And I mean, like you said, I mean, I don't know about the women and being fragile. I mean, I don't know if they had just a validation so women were weaker. I don't know. I mean, they lived in those times, so they believed that as well.
Right, exactly.
Same thing with slavery. I'm pretty sure it was doctors who were pro-slavery, and they were like, hey, you know, they're escaping because they're mentally ill.
Right.
But
doctors that probably had slaves and were like, well, how can we keep these motherfuckers here? You know?
Yeah. I mean, but that's why it's good to always question the highest authority to a certain degree, you know? Because a lot of people were like, oh, yeah. I mean, I know some people were like super skeptical. Like, I just got the vaccine because I didn't want to fucking deal with the whole vax card and all that.
How can you minimize... I guess the question would be like, how can you minimize corruption? It's corruption, right?
Yeah.
Like, how can you minimize corruption? That would be like the question we need to solve. Like,
Yeah.
how are we gonna minimize corruption, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of corruption. Although there's corruption everywhere, in some countries it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
Like, how do you minimize the corruption for?
I mean, talking about corruption, you didn't see what happened in the whole the whole trading thing, the stock market.
No.
So there's this
You stop sending me the moves. So.
There's this page on Twitter called Unusual Wells. So they released a statement.
Unusual Wells?
Yeah, Wells. And they released not a statement, but a chart where it shows all the insider trade, all the trading that has been done by politicians like Pelosi and all those fuckers. All the Republicans and Democrats, all the fucking trading that's been done by them. And like profits throughout the last year, which is fucking insider trading, which is technically illegal. Because if you know that if you're gonna pass a law that's gonna affect this company that's gonna go to share, and you're gonna short the company because you know it's gonna go to share, well, that's kind of illegal. You know, it's like if you work in Tesla and you know Tesla, you know some insider news on Tesla, well, you can't buy stock in Tesla, things like that, because it's illegal. And he released this list, and it's like. Massive fucking gains. Like
everybody from everywhere though.
Yeah, like Democrats and Republicans. Like massive, dude. And then like that shit went viral and now like everybody's talking about it. Like in the news and CNN, like Joe Rogan mentioned it yesterday. Mm-hmm. Like it went viral, dude. And that's just that's corruption at its fucking best. I mean corruption always happens. But I think it's always linked to money. Corruption's linked to money.
Right. So you have to. How do you minimize it? I don't think.
I was thinking about that. I was like, well fuck. What do you do? Like, do you just tell this like whoever, like these scientists, like, okay, you can have whatever you want. Like, you can have a house, you can have any car you want. Like, there's still gonna be somebody who gives him more. You know? But then it's like, oh well, I want it for my kids. Right. Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, and then for my kids. Yeah. So it's like, well, fuck. What do we do? You know, like it's fucking hard. You just have to teach people that what's morally correct, and that's the hard part. Get rid of money and buy NFTs. But like that's the hard part, right? Like you have to teach people what is morally correct. Like to I don't know. Like you feel fucked up, dude. Like when you do it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, but I mean, if you make $1 billion, maybe not like the fake shit, like the stock market. Like if you find inside trade, well, too bad. That's where I fucking work. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? It's not your fault. You fucking know what the laws are gonna be. Yeah, but I mean that's technically illegal. Well, it is technically illegal, but it's not your fucking fault. You know what I mean? But like Pelosi, she's like, oh well, it's not me. It's my husband. He's trading. He's like, well, bitch, you're the one passing the laws. Look, dude, but that's not. Yeah, it's a technicality. They can get away on a technicality. But it's not their fault that they fucking know what's going on. You know what I mean? That's like. Oh well, yeah, but that's why they're not allowed to trade because they know what's going on. But yeah, they still do it. But that's I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess if you're gonna make the rule, it's like, well, if they get caught, then they need to be kicked out. Exactly. So they got caught, but nothing happens because they're fucking authority. There's corruption. Yeah. But if I do fucking 3 day trades, I get banned from fucking Robinhood. But think about it, even like in the sense, like, if Nancy Pelosi got caught doing that, then she should fucking get whatever the fuck they do to people. Impeach them? I don't know the fuck they do. Kick them out of that shit, dude. But same thing with the fucking people who don't want to share what fucking the Republicans. Vaccine. No, the Republicans on January 6th, you know, the fucking shit that happened at the Capitol. Now they're not talking, I'm not going to share. You must be fucking hiding something, bad boy. Let's go. Like, you too. Like, I fucking kick all of them out, dude. Nancy Pelosi, sucks. Oh, that's the only way we came back to a podcast. Celebrate that. January 6th. Yeah, that's what we came here. Nah, dude, but that's the shit that I'm saying, dude. It's like, what the fuck? Like, like, kick them both out. I have no problem. Like, if they got caught inside trading, then fuck them, dude. Like, fuck, that's illegal, a lot, dude. Yeah. Well, it's the same shit that's like, you know, like, fuck, I was watching this shit where like you can't gamble on your own team, right?
Like you can't like if you're playing in the professional or like NCAA.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, because you can fuck around with like the scores, like
if
point
you're the
shaving.
Coach, you know.
Yeah, like point shaving. You know what I mean? Like you can't. But you see, like that, I feel like that's kind of. I don't know, like I guess I get. I don't know. I would have to look more into it, but I guess I get the rules of like, well, you can control and manipulate shit. You know what I mean?
But yeah, you definitely can.
But in reality,
or
like
at least not only control it, but if you know it's gonna happen, then fuck, I'm gonna make a move.
Right, like you know, like your best player, like you know, like nobody knows that your best player can't play, but you do.
Yeah,
and you know, and like you're expected to lose or whatever. Or you're expected to win. Yeah. You know? And it's like, well...
But like in the market, like...
Yeah. Like
if you know that, Apple is going to bust a deal with fucking Tesla or something. It's like, well, fuck, I'm going to buy a bunch of fucking cars on Tesla. Right. You know? It's like, well, because I know it's going to happen.
Yeah, but all this shit is made up, dude.
Oh, fuck. Here we go with the made up economy.
I'm telling you, dude. Everything's made up, dude. I just don't get it.
Let's just print more money, dude.
I just don't get it. Yeah, dude. I don't get it. Like, if you literally print money and don't tell anybody, nobody would know, dude. Yeah. You know, but
I don't know.
Nah, dude. Like we make this shit up about these rules, and it's like, dude.
We have to make up rules, dude, or else we'll fucking go. We'll start throwing poop at each other. You think so? Yeah, like fucking monkeys that we are.
Nah, I think it's like.
Look at fucking.
Don't be fucking hurting each other.
Look what happened a year ago.
Don't be killing each other. Don't be fucking touching each other.
Look what happened a year ago.
Yeah, like you gotta make simple rules, then.
Dude, people can't even wear a mask. What makes you think they're gonna follow the rules?
Yeah. No, well that's the thing. Like people don't follow.
And fucking masks piss me off now because it's like. You go to a restaurant, it's like, you gotta put on your mask, and it's like you sit down, you can take it off. It's like, well, what the fuck? Does COVID? Is COVID like right above my head? Is that shit like? Is there a height limit for
it's
COVID?
Like the rules. It's like the rules at school, dude. It's like the rules at school.
Yeah,
the rules at school are like, the kids. Well, they need to be in class. It's like the classes are like this big, dude. They're sitting next to each other. Like if a kid tests positive and you have the vaccine, well. You're considered close contact, but since you have the vaccine, you can stay in class. But when it's lunchtime, you can't eat with anybody. We'll put you over here. Yeah, exactly, dude.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't know if you're the one that said it or who said it. It's like, well, in restaurants, you know, like last time I went to LA and I had to show my fucking vax card to sit inside the restaurant. Yeah. But there's an inside section and an outside section. Yeah. Like outside is non-vax and inside is vax. And I was like, somebody said it and they're like, well. Why do you separate them if now we know that the vax people fucking get COVID too? Yeah. At a higher rate.
Yeah. You know? Well, I don't know about a higher rate. Dude.
No, but I mean, they're like, if they got COVID, they got better antibodies because they got COVID and a vaccine. Yeah. But a lot of them didn't get COVID. Right, they just got the vaccine. Right. But it's like, so why do you separate them if they're both, they're not immune to the fucking virus? So it's like, it makes no sense, dude.
The rules are kind of weird. That's the shit. It's like I heard another rule, dude, where, look, you're close contact, right? You're close contact in the class. Somebody tested positive. You're close contact, right? You can be in class. But you can't go to your practice for the team. You have to go home right after.
What the fuck? Yeah. You're outdoors.
But exactly.
You're doing things that make you healthy.
Yeah, exactly. And which is like, which is weird, right? It actually should be the opposite. Like,
no, it's not weird. It's stupid.
Yeah. Like, don't go to class, but
that's
go to
what I'm saying. Who makes these rules? The CDC? How do they come up with them?
They fucking randomly. The schools just follow.
A lot of the other businesses follow too.
Listen. We have to do a test. We do a PCR test. We don't get the results for like 5 days. Yeah. Bro, we could have fucking got COVID in those 5 days. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
We need
results literally the next day, dude.
Not like even within within hours.
Yeah, that would be ideal, right? Like, you need to, but like, to wait 5 days, dude, it's like, what the fuck? I could have got COVID. Like, I was negative. I took a test on Monday, dude. I didn't get my results until like Thursday. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, I could have fucking Thursday morning.
You could have caught it.
I could have caught it.
Stupid, dude. So, that's what I said. I said on Facebook today. I was like, from now on, I'm not getting fucking tested. If I get something, it's just the flu and that's it. I don't give a shit. If I die, well, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, but it's like the rules are fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Man. Like I have no problem. Like, okay, wear a mask. Okay, do this. I get it. Dude. Yeah. But like the half-assed shit is like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And
like,
to this
wear a mask here. But once you get there,
yeah, like it's okay, you know.
It's like, what, from over there to over here?
Yeah, like COVID, you know.
But they started this shit from the beginning, dude.
Yeah, I know, that's why.
Like, well, you can be out until 9:30.
You can only be at Walmart, but you can't be at the corner store.
Virus, yeah.
Oh yeah, or you can be at Walmart, but not at the corner store.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, so it's always been stupid.
Yeah, you know, it's like it's an in between. It's like I thought it should have been like full on, like okay, this boom,
or at least make it make sense.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's fucking stupid.
It's like that everywhere, dude. It's
yeah.
Like, no, you can't. Like, okay, well, what the fuck? Like, we can't eat. Don't make sure you're not eating inside the classroom with anybody else. But we're inside the classroom with masks that, yes, they do stop somewhat, but we're all sitting next to each other, dude.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? Like we're not. It's not like we're 6 feet apart with the mask on.
Yeah.
Like it's literally like they're 2 feet apart because classrooms. I don't think they know how classrooms work. Apparently, dude.
I know.
Because like classrooms are just normal size with like fucking
not private schools though. That's where they went.
Yeah, well, exactly. With like 8 students and it's a regular size classroom, dude.
Yeah, right.
Nah, dude, not at Chafee when we fucking 35 students, dude.
Right?
In a small ass classroom. Where the teacher gonna fucking put it top of each other? Dude? Like what the hell?
But that's the thing though, that even to this day, that's what I was talking about treatments. Like okay, treatments, whatever. You know, like maybe they don't want to release them. They don't want to do anything, but they just prove that it's just about profit because to this day, they still don't go and be like, just be healthy. Go out for a run. Like, stay healthy. Like, don't fucking starving. I mean,
don't go to McDonald's before it's
don't eat fucking junk food all day. Like, don't drink fucking sodas. Like,
right.
Like, just stay healthy. Fuck, you know? Like, do exercise at least once a week. Something.
Right.
They don't say none of that shit.
Right.
And now the CDC barely came out and said, like, a lot of the COVID deaths, like, they already had
prior stuff,
like predetermined comorbidities or whatever. Yeah, so they were already fucking sick. Most of them fat. Most, like, you know, a lot of people, like, I don't know anybody who died that didn't have something already.
Right.
Like, all the people that died that I knew, like, they had diabetes.
Right.
They were fat, like, things like that. Or, like, the people that were close to dying, like, they were all fucking, like, out of shape. Like, all that shit.
Right.
That's another thing that, like, about the vaccine, too, that bothered me. Like, I mean, it's cool. Like, I get it. You don't want to get vaccinated because you don't know what's in it. And I argue this shit for fucking days when the vaccine came out. Right. But it's like, but then again, then you go and fucking...
you're putting shit in your body.
You're putting fucking cocaine from your fucking corner dealer. You're eating fucking Jack in the Box. Like, you're eating all this bullshit, you know? And it's like, dude, like, even if you don't get the vaccine, you're probably going to die pretty soon.
Yeah.
Just to be fucking being unhealthy as fuck.
Right.
And I mean, Americans and fucking 75% of the American population is fucking obese.
Yeah, a lot of countries are.
Yeah. No, not China, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. So it's like...
Is there McDonald's in China?
I think they just didn't... No, that was Japan. I don't think there's a McDonald's in China.
Really?
Nah. Nah, there's no way. I think they just opened the first one either in Japan or Korea.
Right.
I mean, it's all the same shit, but...
I don't know. All right. Well, we're already at an hour and 18 here.
Yeah, I think that'll be good for the first comeback.
Jair will put it up whenever he decides, I guess.
Yeah, I'll put it up, and then, like I said, we'll hopefully by the next one, Tina opens this fucking package and figures it out so we can start recording, and then it'll be more fun.
It will. And I'm going to I'm going to try to find a place where we can put this.
But then again, he's lazy.
I
said that, so.
I said that. I think against that table, I think we can make it happen. So that only the background is that, I mean, against the wall. So that the background is just like that instead of fucking all this shit. Dude.
Yeah, well, people don't know what you're talking about, though. They're not.
Yeah, but I'm talking to you, so it doesn't matter. I'm not talking to you.
But once we're in the metaverse, you guys
turn off the fucking.
Once we're in the metaverse, they'll know.
3D.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, whoa, dude. Nah, over there, I think. No, I think that would be good. We just move the table over there, dude.
I don't know, dude. It's all made up.
I mean, it is, dude. We just, fucking nothing matters.
Exactly. That's what this episode's gonna be called. Nothing matters.
Yeah, nothing matters. That's what this fucking podcast should be called.
Oh yeah, nothing matters.
Stop listening. Stop listening to this fucking podcast.
All right, guys.
It doesn't matter. All right, guys.